Greetings, this is Coach Veronica Marie, and I am here to talk about emotional intelligence, emotional awareness, voice and emotions. The very beginning stages of emotional maturity involves emotional awareness. I would like to emphasize before I get into it that this is one of the beginning stages, one of the first parts of emotional maturity. And the reason I say it like that is because there are many people who are emotionally aware and they believe that equals emotional maturity. It's the first stage, it's the first step, it's the first stage. There's more. Okay. So when we talk about emotional awareness, what I'm speaking of is the ability to pinpoint your emotions, to feel them and to name them, and even to verbalize them. So when people are in this stage, they may not be used to talking about emotions. They may be coming out of a space where they have suppressed and not communicated well emotionally, and they may feel eager to tell people how they feel, right? And so they say, I feel upset, I feel bothered, I feel disappointed, I feel, or they may say things like, you make me feel, or you made me feel, or because of you, I feel, right? And I have no judgment around that because I understand that that is the first stage, but we cannot mistake that for being emotional maturity, because children can do that. Children can say, I feel sad. Children also blame others for how they feel because they don't have the other stages, right? Or they haven't progressed through the other steps. So I congratulate people who are able to verbalize, feel, and acknowledge what emotions are going on inside. But there's more, right? Emotions are the feelings or the experiences of our activated belief systems. Another way to put that is emotions are the experiences of your interpretations of the things going on around you. In other words, you feel a way because you interpret a way, and you interpret a way because you believe a thing. In my previous video called How to Have Peace, I discussed belief systems and how you can identify them and what you can do about them, right? And so you can go back to that video and hear that part. But it's important for me to take you into the next phase. Life is not just about acknowledging emotions, knowing what you feel, and expressing. It also involves understanding your emotional landscape. So I will repeat, you feel a way because you think a way because you believe things. That's a condensed version. Okay. Or you feel a way because you interpret things a certain way. That is why you feel. I'm taking you into the next stage. So it is not accurate for you to tell people you made me feel a certain way. Another thing I hear people say is to others, you make it seem like I'm the problem, right? That is an interpretation. That's how you interpret what they're saying. And if you've ever said that to somebody, you probably heard them say, no, I'm not. Why is that? Because you have decided, right, that whatever they're saying, you don't like it, you don't like how it feels inside of you, you're thinking a certain way about it, and you think that they're doing it. But this is your creation. I'm not saying they didn't say anything, and I'm not saying they didn't do anything, but your interpretation of their words and their actions is what will make you feel, not them. Okay. So I'm trying to progress you in your journey of emotional maturity. If you still think that people make you feel a way, that they make it seem like this, that, or the other thing, then you are not going to have a lot of emotional management and you're going to feel frustrated when you're communicating with people. Also, you're going to verbalize emotions and you're not going to know what else to do with them. So you will expect the other person to handle them well, but they may not. And then you have more of a problem. So take a moment and ask yourself, have I ever said things like this? What was really going on? It may also be helpful to think of times where people have said these things to you. You made me feel unimportant. You made me feel like I didn't matter. Or you're making it seem like it's only me and not you, right? Think about times people have said that to you. And think about how you felt when it was not accurate. You may not have known what to do with that. You might have put it back on them and said, "No, that's how you feel." Right? That's not a response we want to give, but you may have done that, right? So I'm trying to progress you into the next phase or stage or level of emotional maturity. So you have emotional awareness, and now you need emotional understanding. Okay. So going forward in your practice, whenever you feel something, you're going to avoid your pattern and habit of saying it's because of the other person. It's because of how you have interpreted the situation. You feel a way because you believe certain things, right? You feel a way because you believe certain things, because you think certain ways, because you have certain perceptions, certain expectations, certain assumptions. You create that feeling based upon what is happening outside. Let me give you an example. Let's say we both took a test, okay? And we both finished the test really quick. And so we turn the test in, and the person receiving the test makes a face when she looks at the paper. She makes a face at mine and yours. I walk out feeling good. You walk out not feeling good. What's the difference? So we get outside and we talk, and you say, "Oh my God, did you see how she looked at our papers? I know we must have got some wrong because I saw the look on her face." And you begin to move into fear and insecurity and concern. And I might say, "Oh no, I think she was looking at it like that because she was surprised that we finished so fast. I always finish tests fast. And I feel like I did really well. I think she was just surprised that we finished so fast." And I walk away feeling very good and encouraged. We both had the same experience, but the interpretation was different. And this is what I'm trying to point out. Right? People are not making you feel anything. You are feeling a way based upon the interpretation. Now, maybe you don't like what they're saying. You could say that, but you don't need to say they're making you feel and get upset. And now you're villainizing them, right? You can say, "I don't like what you're saying because I think it should be going a different way. I think you should be saying a different thing." That's closer to what is true. And I'm going to stop right here. This will be an ongoing conversation. And I don't want to give you too much, right? And you start skipping steps because sometimes people want to jump and be emotionally mature and skip steps. I don't want you to do that, right? So, number one, remember that you feel a way because of how you think and ultimately what you believe. Revisit my second to last video called How to Have Peace. That's going to give you more insight. Secondly, remember that people are not making you feel anything at all. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Thirdly, you could be honest if you want to say something. You could say, "Self, I feel angry because I don't like what they're saying. I think they should be saying something else." And you could say that to the person. "I really don't like what you're saying. I don't like how you're processing it. I don't like your conclusion. And I think you should be thinking a different way." Am I saying that's emotional maturity? No, but it is emotional honesty, right? And that will take you farther within yourself than saying they made me feel small. No, what you just said, right? I don't like it because it doesn't make me be presented in the light that I want to be presented in. Is that the end all be all? No. Am I saying walk around, do that? No. But I am saying it's a step in the right direction. Okay, so let me seal this up. So let's say you feel something and you really want to communicate it to the person. What you can say is, I know what I feel, but I'm not quite sure of all the intricacies about it because I know emotions are complex and I don't want to oversimplify it. So, what I would like to say is, I don't really like what you just said, but I need to get to the bottom of why so we could have a real conversation about it. Period. Something like that. That's a mature conversation. You don't have to always understand the depth of the emotion. You don't have to always have the right words, but you do need to communicate. I'm experiencing some difficulty right now. And before I start projecting my anger onto you or my disappointment onto you, I want to take some time to think about what it means for me and then come back around and talk about it without blaming, without accusing, and with a resolution oriented mind. That's a step in the right direction. My name is Coach Veronica Marie. If you think you might need one on one coaching, you can find me on my website at veronicamarie.com. Also, my recent ebook entitled Self Intimacy, A Beginner's Guide to Self Discovery, is up on my website. You can get it. Look for an email with the link. If you forget to download it on your screen, it will be in your email, maybe your spam. Check it out. And connect with me on social media as well. Veronica Marie, just search that hashtag. And that's it for today. I look forward to more conversations about emotional maturity.